tom cap, my peace hat. You're pissing me off with your stupidity. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. Let me break this down for you dumbass sons of bitches. All guitars are fine. If they work, they all sound good. That's it. If you can play, any guitar sounds good. Therefore, what's going to happen is... Alright, this is too hot for this. It's like fucking getting warm and humid out. Here's the deal, man. Let me try to cut back on my anger and vulgarity. This guitar does not stay in tune. That's why you'll notice in the little shit that I just played, I didn't bend. My vibrato was very weak. I didn't play any big chords. Doesn't stay in tune. These tuners are like junk. The scale is so short, the intonation is way out. The pickups are microphonic. So if I turn up the gain on my amp, oh, my volume's going up. Okay? But guess what? I can play the instrument to some degree, and I know how to handle this shit, and I know what I can and can't do, and I can make it sound reasonably good for what it is, okay? If you can play your fucking instrument, any guitar is going to sound good. I've seen professional blues players using Fender Squier Strats through shitty amps. And I'm not talking the nice Japanese ones that everybody wants. I'm talking piece of shit like $200, $150 Fender Squiers. It does not matter. Now, how can I sell guitars and say it doesn't matter? Here's the difference. Here's the thing. My guitars are all priced. That's why I'm not doing the Master Art Shops anymore, the Master Acoustics, the Master Classicals. By custom order, yes, but all my guitars are well under $1,000. That should be the cap. You're gonna get diminishing returns after that. Okay, once you start, you know, the really low end range, when you're spending like $200-300, it's iffy, man, because you know the tuners, the hardware is probably gonna be pretty shitty. It might not stay in tune. The fretwork's probably gonna be shoddy. You won't be able to get the action that you want. You know, I can shred on this thing, man. So the price range that I'm offering most of my guitars in, my target is between $500 and $800. I think that's the sweet spot with an Asian-made guitar, and the whole thing is, guys, everything's fucking CNC now. All right, I'm gonna try to make this quick. Everything is CNC. You buy a Paul Reed Smith, you buy a fucking Benedetto for $10,000. Watch the Benedetto video, how they make the guitar. It's CNC. It's a machine. Are their materials more expensive than mine? Absolutely. Is their finishing process more labor intensive? Yes, absolutely. Same with PRS. They're using nicer materials than me. PRS, it's all CNC. What are you paying for? If you buy a Paul Reed Smith for $8,000, why? Because it's got a flame top? How much do you think that piece of wood cost? What about the pickups? What if you're using throwbacks or wolf tones? What if you pay an insane amount, $500 for a pair of humbuckers? How much do you think the tuners cost? Maybe $100. All right, we're at $600. Fret wire, I mean, Jesus Christ, $10, if that, if they're using stainless steel. Switches, pots, $15-20, jack. You know what I'm saying? Where does this $9,000? You think the materials cost $8,000 for the fucking wood? You're an imbecile. The guitar does not matter. The thing with my guitars, there are a couple of things. One is the design, the comfort, and the tone. Don't get me wrong, the guitars are going to sound different. The thing is, and they're going to feel different, and they're going to make you play differently. If you buy one of my guitars, the setup is great, the action's low, you can shred the hell out of it, it's going to be versatile, and I try to demo that as much as possible. The hardware is solid. You know, I was using stainless frets, Spurzl locking tuners, ABM hardware, which is all CNC, stainless steel. It wasn't like this pot metal or zinc bullshit that so many people are using. You're getting a solid instrument with an awesome setup that's gonna last forever, that's unique, that looks cool. But that price point, once you start approaching $1,000, that's when you're getting diminishing returns. Now, if you have the money, now this is for most people, most working musicians. Every day I'm talking to guitar players that don't have the money. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you? And they don't have the fucking money, which is fine. I get that. But now if you have the money and you know what you want, you have a certain design in mind, a certain sound, then it becomes worth it for you, because now you can pick exactly what you want, your scale length, your neck shape, your finish, the guitar shape, and that's when you might get, there goes my metronome. That's when you might get something like this. Now this is one of Chris Versagi's guitars that, oh my god, he gave me a real good deal on it back in the day. It was actually his personal guitar, and it's insane. Now this is probably, I don't know what he sells these for, maybe like $3,000 to $4,000. The difference is he hand makes these for you. He puts in the frets, he does the finishing, he puts an insane amount of work. He's a good player, he's a great player. And it's like you get a monstrous guitar that he made by hand. It's not CNC made. I don't understand, these custom guitar prices exist because back in the day they were putting in over 100 hours of labor to build the guitar. Now it's CNC. The end result is great, all right? Some people might even prefer CNC. There's no flaws, right? There's perfect consistency. But the price has to come down. You're no longer doing that much labor. It's done by a fucking computer. So I'm just saying, man, if you have the money to spend, right, and you know what you want, then get what you want. Spend $3,000, $4,000 if you want that $10,000 PRS private stock. You have the money, you can afford it. Maybe you're a surgeon, maybe you're a lawyer, maybe you're a contractor of some sort, an engineer. You have a good gig, you like the guitar, you know what you want. It's the same thing with fucking buying chicken. I can go to the Mexican market, buy boneless, skinless chicken breast for $1.19 a pound, and I do, and it's delicious. It doesn't taste any different than the fucking organic, local shit that you're gonna be spending probably $10 a pound for. And to be honest, I couldn't afford to eat like that, and I don't care. Same thing with guitars. You can get good shit that sounds just as good as the more expensive shit. It's just not as fancy. So really, keep that in mind, man. Any guitar can sound good if you can play. Once you start getting past that price threshold, you start going over $1,000, you're paying for something else, especially a mass-produced guitar. Don't even bother. If you're going to start spending that much money, spend a little more and get a custom from someone like Chris, who's doing it all by hand, for you, to your specs, exactly what you want.